The Sumerian Kings List, Antediluvian Kings, from the Kings List located in the Ashmolean Museum in Oxford, England. After the kingship descended from heaven, the kingship was in Eridu. In Eridu, Alulim became king. He ruled for 28,800 years. Alagar ruled for 36,000 years. The two kings ruled for 64,800 years. Then Eridu fell and kingship was taken to Batibiara. In Batibiara, Enmin-Lu-Ana ruled for 43,200 years. Enmin-Gal-Ana ruled for 28,800 years. The divine Dumuzi, the shepherd, ruled for 36,000 years. The three kings ruled for 108,000 years. Then Batibiara fell, and kingship was taken to Larak. In Larak, En-Sad-Zid-Ana ruled for 28,000 years. One king, he ruled for 28,800 years. Then Larak fell, and kingship was taken to Sippar. In Sippar, Enmin-Dur-Ana became king. He ruled for 21,000 years. One king, he ruled for 21,000 years. Then Sippar fell, and the kingship was taken to Supak. In Surapak, Ubar-Tutu became king. He ruled for 18,600 years. One king, he ruled for 18,600 years. In 5 cities, 8 kings ruled for 241,200 years. Then the flood swept over the land.
We do know that Enki married or had mated with humans. Thoth also took on a human wife as well. And this bloodline could be still here today propagating. And I really believe that's the bloodline that started the Pharaonic bloodline, which then migrated after the last Pyramid War into Arabia and then into Europe. So the bloodline actually evolved over time, but they kept it along a specific route. When it got to Europe, it was the Plantagenet bloodline that is still ruling the planet until this day. And that Plantagenet bloodline is John Lackland's line. John Lackland is the King of England that signed the Magna Carta. But every single...
King John from...
Exactly.
From the Robin Hood legend.
Exactly, yes. And every president of the United States of America is related to John Lackland and that Plantagenet bloodline, which goes back to the Arabian kings, which goes back to the Egyptian pharaohs, which then goes back to the Sumerian Kings List in Iraq. Think about that for a minute. The only one president that's not related to that bloodline is Van Buren.
School Watch tonight, the story of a 7th grader from Salinas who claims to have made a major discovery about President Obama. She and her grandfather say that President Obama is related to all but one U.S. president. We get more tonight from Action News reporter Felix Cortez, who's live in our Salinas newsroom.
Well, Dan, the youngster spent the summer, really all summer, tracing the family tree of our presidents. Her conclusion that all the presidents, with the exception of one, share the same grandfather.
Well, first we start off with George Washington at the top, and then it goes to John Adams, Thomas Jefferson.
11-year-old Bridgette Dovigneau says she's made a first-of-its-kind discovery that President Obama and all the presidents before him, with the exception of one, are related and descendants of a former king of England.
No, they are all cousins, and they're grandsons of John Lackland.
Dovigneau says she spent countless hours on the internet over the summer researching the lineage of our presidents, a project that started with her trying to trace her own family tree.
But I'm the first historian to do all the presidents. I'm very glad I got this done, and I think it will turn out to be a success.
The Monte Vista Christian 7th grader has written President Obama to tell him the presidents before him are his cousins. She hopes to present this family tree chart personally to the president. But Bridgette has her skeptics, including this reporter. Her biggest supporter and firm believer that Obama is a descendant of a former king of England is no doubt her mother.
If you have a child, and they 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 have a child,
Like names change.
all she's saying is this guy is the great, 25th, 27th, depending on what line it is. He created all this family. So do I believe it? Yes. It's hard, but it's true.
Well, Mom said it. Hard to believe, but you got to give the little girl an A+ for at least trying to do that and trying to accomplish that feat. And by the way, Bridgette has concluded she's the 11th cousin of President Obama. Dan, Aaron.
All right, very good. Thank you, Felix. So who is the one that President Barack Obama is not related to, according to the seventh grader? Martin Van Buren, 8th President of the United States, first U.S. president born in the U.S. Van Buren was a widowed farmer and tavern keeper from New York who helped form the Democratic Party. He served one term as president. His ancestry is Dutch, and according to the Salinas 7th grader, all of the other presidents are of English ancestry.
Now that we know Vice President Dick Cheney and Senator Barack Obama are distant cousins.
In my book, there's a lot of genealogical research, you know, going back, Dick's family, my family, these heroic and amazing tales of people who went west. But one of the things I discovered is that Dick and Barack Obama are 8th cousins. What? Is that an amazing thing? Yes, if you go back 8 generations, they have a common ancestor.
The New York Post decided to check into the genealogy of President Bush, and his family tree has people talking.
Many of the United States presidents have blood relations with each other. The Bush lineage has blood ties to a great number of former presidents. George Washington, Millard Fillmore, Franklin Pierce, Abraham Lincoln, Ulysses Grant, Rutherford Hayes, James Garfield, Grover Cleveland, Teddy Roosevelt, William Taft, Calvin Coolidge, Herbert Hoover, Franklin Roosevelt, Richard Nixon, and Gerald Ford.
We all know his father, but what about his cousins? Check out this family tree, done with research by Ancestry.com. Let me take you through this, branch by branch. Vice President Dick Cheney, the man who's only a heartbeat away from the presidency, is actually a blood relation. He's President Bush's 9th cousin once removed. Cheney's cousin Barack Obama is also Bush's 11th cousin, and the 9th cousin of Brad Pitt.
In either of those first 2 books, though, who knew you and Dick Cheney cousins?
You know, listen, I don't think I'm going to the family reunion. I don't know how I'll be greeted.
Michael Tessarion points out in his work that Bush is closely related to every European monarch on and off the throne, and has kinship with every member of Britain's royal family. Bush's family tree can be documented as far back as the early 15th century. He has a direct descent from Henry III and from Henry VIII's sister Mary Tudor. He is also descended from Charles II of England.
What if we were to tell you that American presidents aren't chosen by ballot, but instead by blood?
Look, there's a...
That's right. The candidate with the bluest blood has won the race for president every time. And according to a man who writes things on the internet, 33 U.S. presidents are descendants of Emperor Charlemagne.
What's up?
What's up?
What's that?
What's up?
Who is it?
And it doesn't stop there. These guys aren't just related to royalty, they're related to each other.
But we're only just getting started. President Lincoln was President Bush's 7th cousin 5 times removed, and Bush shared more than just a ballot with John Kerry. That's right, they're 9th cousins twice removed. Princess Diana was Bush's 11th cousin twice removed.
But no, you know, these folks have been doing all these genealogies on me, and yeah, they've found all sorts of strange connections.
This has got to be the strangest.
Well, listen, if you go back far enough, you know, you got all kinds of crooks and thieves in your family.
Incest was practiced by ancient Egyptian royalty. Mothers married sons and brothers married sisters to keep the
What's amazing now is that websites like MyHeritage.com and Genie.com have these massive family trees. And they're not even family trees, they're forests. And they have not thousands, but millions of people connected on one big family tree. And so we all thought it would be fun to figure out how Donald Trump and Hillary Clinton are related. Donald Trump and Hillary Clinton are 19th cousins, which means that they share 18th great-grandparents. The first Duke and Duchess of Lancaster are their shared 18th grandparents. One thing that's very interesting is that their 19th great-grandfather was King Edward III. So there is precedent there for ruling a country. It's in their genes. Trump can rightfully boast that he has royal blood, and so can